When the Titan Lords fell, a new age of might came to Sedaria. An age defined by one simple decree. That whoever was the strongest in Sedaria, enough to slay its previous ruler, would hold dominion over the land. And so it was, for thousands of years. And so it is, yet today. Aloysius, the Mad King of Sedaria, now rules these lands. Over the last 10 years, he has spread his influence. Using cruel hobgoblins and gnolls as soldiers, the land of Sedaria quakes, torn apart by his frenzied greed for the power it holds within. For Sedaria is a lost land, a land of riches unclaimed, of legends untold, of power unseen. A beautiful, vast, and deadly land. It calls to the bold, to the clever, to the daring, to any who would dare its shores seeking adventure. It calls to Megan, the war-forged paladin. It calls to Nyx, the half-elf warlock. It calls to Nizip, the dragon-born rogue. It calls to Tig, the kobold bard. It calls to Zidane, the wood elf ranger. It calls to Trill, the Aarakocra druid. And to those it calls, Sedaria offers welcome. The wilds are not easy, and not kind, but they shall give a tale to remember. For this is the land of limitless adventure. This is the legend of the Wildlands. Hello, and welcome to D6 Tricks, Legends of the Wildlands. If you're here watching us live, then you're missing Dolly Parton's Mountain Magic Holiday Special, and we thank you for your sacrifice. I, as always, am your lovely dungeon master and narrator, Alex, and this time my microphone works from the start. Imagine! Joining me is my lovely cast and crew of players. We have Anne.
Sad for no Dolly Parton.
We have Atwas.
But on the plus side, Elena's backstory, whether she wants it to give us to it or give it to us or not. Ha!
We have Juno.
It's time to resist the cowards, fools, weak queens who take away their metal sense.
I'm afraid your microphone ate half of the metal boxes on a log.
Damn it.
But it just doesn't want to take away their metal boxes. We have Queen.
Rhinos.
We have Queen.
Yes.
And we have Toonwolf.
Rhinos.
Rhinos. We have food at home. Anyway, Professor Moore will not be joining us tonight. She is busy. But, in the meantime, a recap of the last time on D6 Tricks, Legend of the Wildlands. So, our heroes decided that they would be best off not traveling by river because the river got far too close to the mainland's heartland, where, you know, the Mad King and his castle is, and probably his armies too. So instead, they did some shopping in Amaiath and set sail, figuratively speaking, of course, because I just said they didn't go for the boat guy. They set sail figuratively southward towards the Jungle Tower. They decided not to spend too long in there for a couple of reasons. Firstly, were-tigers apparently had territory in the jungle. And secondly, due to an encounter with the fallen angel named Tetrasiel, who has been spreading plagues all across Sedaria, including one that, according to the description of local medic Sister Scarlet, sets your brain on fire. So, with that in mind, our heroes hightailed it to the Obelisk of the Snake, the local jungle tower, and climbed up it, encountering far too many snakes for them to be comfortable, but managing to get up with relatively few problems, aside from figuring out a complex twisting lock. After having done that, they used the magic of the towers to teleport directly the hell away from the jungle and back into the eastern hill lands. So, while they were there, Zidane and Nyx took time to chat about Zidane knowing basically every language but Common, and not knowing how old he was. So there are still some mysteries to be determined, but Zidane's got a little found family to help him learn how speak English goodly. During the night, however, sleep was interrupted by a revenant named Ms. Raleigh, who dragged a great sword through camp, but seemed not to be after anyone else in the search of her vengeance. She was, however, after a man named Quarrick, who none of the party had heard of, but would probably be keeping an eye out for because a revenant, an undead corpse dragging itself through camp, tends to be a memorable thing that makes you want to think, what the hell was that about? With that said, our heroes took a detour from their tour of the towers to head down to a rhino sanctuary. Despite the protests of Helena, the protests of which became quite evident when it turns out that she was a bit of a celebrity at the rhino sanctuary, due to it having been founded by her father, Duke Roswal Crestmoon. She was very grumpy about this, and she was currently being swarmed by a worker, an Asamar woman named Lady Amara, who was singing her praises, singing how happy she was that Helena Crestmoon had come back to her territory, and it was about here where we left off on the cliffhanger of, young lady, you're going to tell us your backstory, whether we have to get dragging, kicking, and screaming out of you.
Tell us.
All right. Well, Nyx will probably say, I'm guessing you're Amara then?
Yes, that would be me. Hello, my name is Amara. I am warden and general manager of Duke Roswal Crestmoon's Rhino Sanctuary.
Oh, nice. My name's Nyx.
A pleasure to meet you. A pleasure to meet any friend of Helena's, of course.
Very forced smile.
Helena is not even bothering with the forced smile.
She sounds mortified.
She looks mortified. Even without an insight check, she looks like if you took a kid who was a supreme introvert to Chuck E. Cheese for their birthday party.
Oh no.
That sounds personal.
Yep. Right, so, as the rest of you, I can tell, are new here, I bid you all welcome to the Rhino Sanctuary. We just have a couple of rules. Please do not approach the rhinos. If they approach you, let them. Do not touch unless they indicate that they want to be touched. And also, no poaching. You'd think this was an obvious one, but I have to say it, because I got sued by the last person I found poaching, apparently for excessive use of force.
What?
It is not my fault I got so angry that his leg is now where his elbow is.
Oh, that's all? Oh no, that would be way worse.
Megan asked if that was even possible for non-machines.
I mean, I am stronger than I look, she says with a shrug. And she already looks like she works out a lot, so...
Megan
Buff
nods,
lady.
and then says that she will not poach the rhinos. That much is obvious, but it'd be said out loud.
Excellent, good to hear.
Question. What's a visual indication that it's okay to pet them?
Well, if the rhino approaches you, does not run you over, and nuzzles you, I believe is the technical term for it. That is an indication that they are okay with you touching them.
Okay. Point taken. Noted.
Yeah. That being said, they do have bad eyesight. A group of rhinos, fun fact by the way, since you're here, is known as a crash of rhinos. Because while they have bad eyesight, they have a very good sense of smell and like to approach things that they don't recognize. Sometimes they stop.
Oh, sometimes.
Sometimes.
Good
Sometimes.
to keep in mind.
Rhinos are, on the whole, bigger and heavier than you. She looks over at Megan. Debatable in your case, but I don't want to test that.
Megan nods.
Depends. Does Megan weigh over like 2,000 pounds?
I think it's heavy.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
You don't ask a lady her weight. What's wrong with you?
I didn't ask.
Well, thank you very much for the introductory the spiel and all that. That is a fun fact. Thank you. We were actually curious. We had encountered what we could only believe was an escaped rhino. Oh gosh, a couple of days ago at this point. Have you been having, and you mentioned poaching, trouble along those lines?
Occasionally, yes. You must be referring to Bartholomew. He's an explorer. He is a bit of a fraidy cat and an explorer, which is not a great combination for a walking tank. That being said, he did manage to find his way back, and we have recently reinforced the gate where he crashed through. As for poaching, yes, regrettably, the Crisscross Poaching Society, I'm sure they call themselves something different, operates in the eastern hills of Sedaria, and rhinos apparently go for a pretty penny in the fighting cages.
Oh.
You can just see like a simmering of rage behind Trill's eyes, but like not like actively like outwardly explosive, but just like that seething, you know.
Megan
Just
leans over. The bear.
The bear.
Yeah.
And recalls the bear. Recalls the bear encounter.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So they seem like probably the same people.
Likely, yes. Bears are more commonplace. This is the only place where you're likely to find rhinos in Sedaria. Admittedly, I'm not as familiar with the Arctic, but those would be closer to woolly rhinoceroses, which are biologically actually incredibly different from these rhinoceroses.
Huh.
Interesting. I'd love to see one of those someday, but I digress. Would oh no, my brain turned off.
Poaching Society, something,
Poaching
something.
Society, so something. No, I had a very specific question. No, balls.
I'm sorry.
I'll get back to it if it comes back.
Have you tried turning it off and on again, Trill?
No, I'm just no, thinking about the poachers is just putting me into like I'm just so angry at them, and like I just it's deep fried my whole thinking process. I apologize.
Megan understands and sympathizes.
Zidane just gently pats Trill on the back. Sympathy.
Yeah.
Well, to be quite frank, having encountered your wandering Bartholomew out in the wild, we figured we might stop by and render our services in case there was foul play going on that perhaps could be solved by enterprising individuals.
This wouldn't happen to be asking for mercenary work, would it?
Are you particularly opposed to people asking for mercenary work?
I just feel the need to state, because people have come up and asked this before, that while there is a section in the budget of Duke Roswell's Rhino Sanctuary for assisting the retrieval of lost property, which in this case would be rhinoceroses, we do not have it in our budget to, let us say, deal with the poaching problem in a more permanent solution. If you would like long-term employment as guards, that could be something, but we are not after short-term mercenary hires.
Okay. In that case, thank you for being upfront. No, on the mercenary work, then you did mention return of lost property, however.
Yes. Now, all of that being said, this is a very big sanctuary. I only have so many eyes, and while I, alongside Tanglewood and other workers here, would like to think I do a fairly good job of making sure all our rhinoceroses remain in one place, relatively speaking, in the case of someone being unable to retrieve them quicker than Tanglewood or one of our own staff could, then in that case, yes, it is in the budget to offer, in the budget and in the operating procedures, rather, to offer rewards for return of wayward property.
Thank you very much for clarifying. In the meantime, Tag just sort of like looks over to Trill, looks over to Nyx. Shall we go look at some rhinos then, I suppose?
Absolutely.
Sure.
Oh, I remember my question.
Oh, let's go!
I guess. Oh, let's go. I just want to know a little bit more about like the rhinos here. Like, are they native to Sidaria, or where did they come from?
They are not native. They are imported from Selkra, where Duke Roswell's grandmother came from. He was fascinated by the animals, you see, used them as part of his personal crest and coat of arms. Said they represented the resiliency of the Crest Moon House and their ability to move swiftly when the situation called for it.
Fascinating. Yeah. Neato. Gotcha. I'm sorry. I'm really bad at speaking, like worse than usual.
You're good, you're good.
You're good.
I love how Trill's anger just comes out in noises.
Yeah, birds make a lot of noises.
Just angrily fluttering around, angrily fluffing, making some bird noises at the thought of poaching. I love it.
Angry
just-
tweeting.
Angry tweeting. But yeah, I mean, that's definitely, they seem to mean a lot to the family. It just seems like almost a stressful move for them to be moved so far. But they seem to be pretty well taken care of, so yeah.
We make sure not to grab just any random rhinoceros. I'm not in charge of that aspect of it. I am just in charge of managing them once they're here. But given plenty of land, plenty of greenery, and temperatures close to home, then aside from the occasional Bartholomew incident, then there are relatively few problems in maintaining this facility.
Yeah, and besides like being, just like a symbol of the family and all that, is there a particular reason for the sanctuary? Is it for like conservation efforts or?
Multiple reasons. Conservation efforts is among them. Yes. People in Sidaria, especially these days, don't really go outside of Sidaria that much. Now, admittedly, I hear that's because there's a giant angry crab woman, but awareness of creatures like this in Sidaria, even if they are rare and not native, helps young people who can make a difference make sure that other wildlife native to Sidaria, like in the western reaches, for example, don't get driven to, well, frankly, extinction.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just worried sometimes with non-native species to have a bigger effect on the environment that is might be anticipated if more incidences like Bartholomew's gets out.
That is exactly why we take every measure possible to try and contain the rhinoceroses if they get out, and to make sure that this wildlife sanctuary is specifically for rhinoceroses, and not necessarily to isolate them as if they are in a prison, but to make sure that they do not fundamentally change the environments in ways that grow quickly out of control.
Okay. Excellent. No further questions at this time. But yeah, they are lovely rhinos. Bartholomew's very sweet, by the way.
Oh, glad to hear. Can I get you all anything while you're waiting? Anything for you, Lady Helena? No, she says, swigging from a second flask that has now appeared next to her first one. Oh, is that your father's ceremonial? I don't know. It tastes like gin, so that's what I'm focusing on.
I think we're more than equipped. Let's go see those rhinos, everybody!
Yeah, alright. You head on with swift chanting, Rhinos! 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 Rhinos!
Hey!
Rhinos, rhinos, rhinos!
Hey! Some of us have the spirit.
What's wrong, Nix? You seem a bit more awkward than usual.
What, me? No, everything's just that tension in the air. Delicious. Let's go, rhinos.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, delicious.
Sure. I will take your word for it.
Alright.
Right.
Suspicious.
Let's seek some rhinos.
You head over to a viewing platform overlooking a little man-made stream that's been made to give the rhinos a couple of mud pits to bathe in, some water to sip from. There's a family here. One young, pretty pale coloration rhino who's just kind of romping up and down, almost like a rabbit, going back and forth, hopping in the mud and the water, while his dad rhino is just sleeping a couple of yards away, and the mom rhino is just staring, watching him, occasionally flicking her tail.
It's really cute.
Aww.
Oh.
Adorable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Carolina, grabs the top, hoists herself up onto her tippy toes to get a better look because she's short.
Oh.
You know, I never would have
Megan-
thought something that freaking huge would look that cute.
Megan puts her arms around Carolina and lip strip slightly.
Whoop! Thank you. Mm-hmm. Carolina takes out a sheet of paper, and this is going in the memoirs, and she starts furiously scribbling down detailed accounts. Got picked up by giant robot to see rhinos. This is what it looked like. Immediately, hardcore tip of pencil for shading drawing an intensely detailed scene of rhino frolicking up and down.
Megan, you can kind of see Megan's camera island kind of shifting and moving as if she's zooming in on the rhinos,
Wow.
and she starts describing what they look like up close.
I see. Adds in that detail.
Wow. Well, everyone's got to start somewhere, Carolina, and most of the time when they start, they're really cute.
Yeah. Like that tiny little guy. Can they actually hop? Helena shrugs. Not when they get big.
Oh, like a puppy.
Oh, very, very, very large puppy.
Large and armored puppy.
Yeah,
With a horn.
but usually with a pretty docile temperament. Just don't spook them.
Yeah. Yeah, there's one part about the rhinos that Dad didn't think of, but I like to think it applies to me, says Helena. Don't fuck with us and we won't fuck with you.
It's a good policy.
Yeah,
Oh,
fair
yeah.
enough.
Megan nods in assent.
Served me well so far. Most of the time. Helena grumbles, taking another swig of gin.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and Nyx kind of takes note of that and then just like awkward side eye and then goes back to Rhinos.
Back to rhinos.
So, Helena, how bad is this situation going to be? Is it like a we fuck off right now sort of deal? Or.
I mean, I have no issue with the rhinos. The rhinos are animals. I do not blame rhinos for anything. If you guys want to look at them or you want to look at them, see if there's any others that can hop up and down, by all means. It's just like I am by default going to be treated as a celebrity here. And I have had more than enough of that for a lifetime.
Well, we'll take a look at some rhinos, and well, if we see evidence of one escaping, go track it down naturally, but I'm not too fussed when it comes to actually meeting the proprietor per se. So
Oh, you won't have to worry about that. Dad's dead.
well,
Oh.
Oh.
Tag just kind of shrugs. I mean, alright then.
Is that all that's like going on? Is it just like your treatment around here, or is what else is going on? Like it seems like just the celebrity status.
Hey, so okay,
Yeah.
so I can tell there's some curiosity, there have been some side eyes. But you guys have been paying me, and I've been seeing a lot of pretty shit with you, so let's make a deal, okay? We get through this, we keep a low profile so that I don't get fawned over by people running the gift shop or whatever. And then when we're out of earshot of these sycophants, I tell you what the issue is, okay?
I love running interference. Perfect.
Double thumbs up.
Glad we
I can
understand
kind of
each
like,
other.
I can kind of like sidles over to like, kind of hide Helena from anybody
Yeah.
with her big robot bike.
Nyx keeps quiet because they kind of already know the situation, so just a kind of shrug, if anything.
I'd offer to cover you, but I'm very small, so good luck, says Carolina. I'm just gonna do a quick check real quick as Sister Scarlet looks to see, do I have anything that could help? Oh yeah. She pulls out a blanket from her pack, throws it over Helena. What? It's a disguise.
Oh.
You didn't want
Megan
to be
gently
seen.
adjusts it. Megan adjusts it so that Helena can actually see.
It'll work. I've dressed in weirder. Alright. So, the Rhino Sanctuary's walking path is essentially one big loop that goes towards the middle of the sanctuary. It doesn't go all the way back because like half of it in the back is reserved for actual animal space. For if you don't want to be around people, that's where the animals go.
Yeah.
Yeah. It takes about an hour to go around the loop, like at a casual pace. And going at a casual pace, you don't notice any holes in the fence anywhere where it looks like rhinos would have escaped. You do see a whole lot of, like, patches in the fence, like big hunks and sheets of metal placed over where it was previously bits of stone, a wooden palisade that used to act as like a gate for crew members who worked in there. It's a patchwork fence, but the patches look like they're covering up a lot.
Hmm.
Okay.
Notably, however, like near the fence, there is a dug down ditch. Like, you don't know where it starts and ends, but you do see that it goes down like roughly 6-7 feet, and is about 3 to 4 feet wide, so that a rhino would have to take like a flying leap across in order to get over the ditch, over to the fence, and ram it down.
So not only is Bartholomew an explorer, he's an athlete, I suppose.
Bartholomew is a very special man.
He's very special indeed.
Megan says so they can hop.
Yeah,
With
Helena
much effort.
peeks out from the blanket, looks at the ditch, looks at Megan, looks at the rhinos. Son of a bitch, I guess they can hop. All right.
But that's I don't know, that doesn't seem right to me, because like with all these measures and like why would a rhino put that much effort to getting through the fence if everything's great here, right? Like, does that not make sense to you? Or
No, I see where you're coming from. I mean, she did say that they were easily spooked, so like maybe if something spooks them, then I don't know. You're the nature person.
I would like to check to see if that was done by the rhinos or by somebody else.
The patch in the fence?
Yeah, the uncharacteristically rhino-proofed, despite being rhino-proofed, the uncharacteristically patched fence. I would like to see what the deal is with that, whether that was made by a rhino or not.
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead and roll nature.
Nature. All right. I am not the I am not the machine to be doing this.
I'll help you.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Better than average.
Better than average. So, based on the fact that rhinos do not have thumbs, you would wager that the patchwork was built by people. You would also wager that they wouldn't need to have the fence be this patchwork if the original fence stood firm and was not knocked down by a rhino. So, yes, the rhino did somehow manage to get over the moat ditch and knock down part of the fence.
Wow. That guy could join the Rhino Olympics. That Bartholomew is some rhino.
Got the LeBron James of rhinos in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, doesn't seem like there's anything too untoward, right? Or at all.
Not obviously. I don't know, it just seems a little weird to me.
Well, you know,
But,
if we
like-
ever... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, and it was like that a rhino would be spooked so much that it would clear a small ditch and then get through an entire fence.
Hmm.
Instead of like changing course and, you know, charging around the fence or like charging around the perimeter of the fence.
Who knows? Maybe it's maybe it's Bartholomew's old handiwork or something.
Oh yeah.
Though, I mean, you know, if we ever do make good on meeting back up with those poaching types, well, if they have rhinos, we know what to take them back to, that's for certain. Alongside with any other
absolutely.
animals we might liberate.
I have words for them.
Good. I hope they're nice and terrified if we get back. Or if we meet up with them, rather.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm pretty happy to go. Rhino's good.
Yeah.
Interesting, funky little animals. Little
Yeah.
bit
Megan
relative.
nods. I know it's Rhino good.
Rhino's good.
Rhino good.
All right. You complete the loop, head out of the Rhino Sanctuary, getting enthusiastic waves from the people running the front desk as you do. Helena gives a half-assed wave back. It was a pleasure for you to visit. I know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
See you soon.
Maybe they will. I don't know about me. All right, and take some time to get out of earshot. Helena shakes off the blanket, hands it back to Sister Scarlet, uncorks her drink. So, I told Nyx this one night. Unless they told the rest of you, guess this is gonna be ketchup. See this? She points to the scar on her face. Lightning bolt. When I was a baby. Sister Scarlet does a double take. I'm sorry. Are you implying that you were struck by lightning when you were an infant and survived? I'm not implying shit. I'm telling you that's what happened.
Wow.
I mean, if you don't believe me, then I guess you're gonna have to stop believing me when I, do this. She grabs her sword. It lights up with electricity.
Oh no, I believe you.
Mhm.
It's just astounding that you survived.
Yeah, everyone thought so. And you know what dear old dad attributed that to? It was a sign from the heavens. A divine sign that I was the chosen one. And I was going to save Sedaria from... whatever. I didn't figure that part out.
That sounds like it kind of sucks.
Yeah!
Sorry.
Yeah, that is a... Yeah. You have any idea how much pressure being the chosen one is on a fucking baby? It sucks! I didn't get
That's
to
not
have
fair.
a childhood. I got to have training in the arts of, being cool, being charismatic, being a friend who could unite all Sedaria under one banner and save it from, again, we didn't know, so we couldn't train specifically for that.
So when did you leave all that behind?
Well, I tried a lot of times. Then it was I'd like to say about 3 days, right before King Augustine took the castle. There were reports that Sedaria's guardian angel, right? We met her. We were terrified. You know that shit is not okay. But she was acting crazy. And then, dear old dad gets it in his head. This is it. This is what my dear baby girl Helena's been training for. To save the guardian angel of Sedaria and protect our lands once more. Now that was a bunch of bullshit, so I told him I didn't know how, and he kept being like, you do, in your heart, in your soul, you do, you know the way. No, I fucking don't! He didn't see her, we just did. How the fuck am I supposed to save the world from that, huh? How the fuck am I supposed to save anybody from that? So, I booked it. I had a pretty good pack on my back. I mean, Dad was a duke. I had some money to me. I figured I'd just come back, get the rest whenever, he calmed down. And it was right about then, 3 days later, I learned, hey, there's a new king in Sedaria. He's done some reorganizing of the courts. Whoops.
Oh.
Now, see, my lucky ass, I ran away. I don't have any claim to the throne, so he was like, we don't need to go after her. So, 10 years of me slumming it wherever I can, getting money where I can, kids' birthday parties when I could. I mean, hey, if I'm a celebrity and the chosen one, might as well use that fame to get cheap dollars from people who won't remember, right?
True. Do what you need to do to survive.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have had to.
Yeah,
It's really,
yeah, I know.
it's really sad.
I know, I was there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Now, I will admit, not telling you guys that, hey, the Rhino Sanctuary is a fan club of my father and by extension myself. I could have been a little bit more explicit about that, but, like, forget it, it's whatever. I mean, if that's the one place that's still going to hold me to that impossibly high standard, hey, maybe eventually they'll forget, and Fallen Angel can be someone else's problem, right?
See
True.
that, but it's not whatever though. Like
No.
that's so unfair to you that you were raised that way with these like ungodly expectations for a child, and then to grow up and then have even more expectations. I'm really sorry, but yeah, it's not whatever. Like, this is your life, and it sounds like you're doing what you can to make it your own, and you're doing it. Like, it's not like just that pre like what's it called? Like, that fate that was, put on you just
Destined?
for surviving an incident.
Predetermined?
Predetermined. Yes. Thank you, Megan.
I think we can all just agree fate's a bunch of bullshit, right?
I never put that much stock in it, personally. You make your own life, and basically, run your world. Like, if nobody else should be able to have that much power to tell you what to do.
Would you believe me if I said this was the first fucking social group I heard that from?
Damn, I'm sorry. Fuck.
I'm so sorry.
I mean, a lot of places everywhere, it's either, no, we don't care, your money is as good as Joe Schmo's, or you should market yourself, get your brand out there. And like, thanks, asshole, my brand is a lightning scar on my face. And it's, sometimes fun to watch them verbally backpedal from that, but like, you guys are alright. Not because you don't care, like, obviously you cared enough to ask, but because... Fuck, I guess I don't have to be a chosen one. And I don't have to be just some drunken woman with lightning through her veins.
Megan puts a hand on her shoulder and says, "Well, you friend."
Thanks, Megan. The fact that you're not getting shocked right now probably means you friend too.
Megan looks at her metal at the metal plate armor that consists of her body, and she nods. Me, friend. Or will I, friend?
Yeah.
My friend.
Friend.
Zidane just kind of punches. You, Helena Crestmoon, you decide who you. He goes over and gives a little hug.
God damn, little buddy, that's the closest thing I've heard to a sentence I've ever heard you say. She ruffles Zidane's hair a little bit.
He gives us the cutest little giggles.
Megan lets out a little mechanical chuckle and says, "Try other languages."
Oblas Celestial?
All right, this is going in the notes. Canonically, celestial is Spanish.
Yeah. Look, what can I say? If Dad thought it was a gift from the heavens, he had me learn the language of the heavens.
Oh.
That does seem like a very interesting language to know. Like, just as like a side thought.
Has it ever been useful?
I can understand what Detraciel says if she's invoking the wrath of God or whatever. So I guess theoretically that would be useful. If we're hearing some chants to a cult of the Angel of Plague, I would know what they are so we could go the other way.
Okay, I mean,
Oh, cool.
not useful.
You can understand the language of "we're probably gonna die. You should go."
Sometimes that's the greatest gift I can offer.
Yeah.
Well, Helena, you're part of this group. You know, I consider you part of this group. If something makes you uncomfortable, you can just tell us.
Right. Well, I guess as long as none of you fuckers are after my dowry, then I think that should just about cover it.
You're
I
pretty,
mean,
but you're not my type.
Slightest tilting confusion of what she just meant.
Yeah. Carolina looks side to side. We can talk about that, says Carolina. And I'm disregarding your opinion, says Helena.
Megan lifts up her hand and just like a gentle, like mechanical, like like kind of like flicks her finger, like kind of on Carolina. Not like enough to hurt, like servo motor, but like
Yeah.
Just give a bonk of shame, basically.
Yeah, the bonk of shame.
Fine, I get it,
You
I
have
get
nothing
it.
to worry about for me.
Yeah. We'll note this for later, she says, doodling in a journal.
Oh my god, I love her.
Amazing.
Right, well, heartwarming as this has been, I'm not likely to get paid standing around here. So, what? The plan is to check out some more of those towers, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, if we head out now, we should be able to make it close to Amaiath by the end of the day, so let's go.
Isn't the next tower like directly north?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we don't.
There's the map.
I mean,
like,
yeah, sorry,
we don't technically have to go back.
Sorry, Little Lion Clock Tower, that's what I meant. The exact opposite direction. I would say it's
Gotcha.
been a day, but you've been there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's head north.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
That's several days journey. Let's go.
It's a couple days' journey. You should be able to get there fine.
Alrighty.
So, having taken a stop off to visit some rhinos, and gotten the discount of, hey, I know the owner of the place, and he said it's cool if I go. You continue your journey northward, and get back up to the northern shores of a river, before dusk arrives, and it is time to make camp.
Nice.
All right. I'll take a watch.
I will take a watch.
Alrighty.
And I have a request for a talk of Helena, if that's okay.
You can bring her out if you wish.
Yeah, give me that good berry.
Good berry, let's go.
Berry.
Who do we get upgraded to Great Berry?
Well, technically that's six spell level 6 Hero's Feast, technically.
Oh, I
that's
can't
almost
wait.
never worth it.
Yeah, the thing
It's
is,
so expensive.
yeah, Hero's Feast costs money, so
What else am I doing with my money?
like a lot of money though.
Trill doesn't really like do much with money.
All right,
They're not a material kind of person.
there. So, first watch.
Alright. Let's see. Perception. Give her a roll. Okay.
All right. You notice signs of incoming rain, but other than that, nothing particularly interesting.
Is everybody inside?
I mean, you've got a shitload of two-person tents.
All right, everybody's inside. Megan makes note of this. Looks at
The
looks at
girls
sky.
are sharing.
Looks at everybody in the tents and nods in approval. They will be dry.
Nice.
It will be dry.
They will be dry. All right. Second watch.
All right. Go on, Swift. Oh, fuck! She did good.
Oh, damn, she's not distracted by weed anymore.
Oh no, she's
She
sober.
has the
For
she has the
now.
post-weed clarity.
Yeah. Swift's post-weed clarity gives her a pretty tight overview of the general area. She reports that everything is in the clear.
Great. Why don't you go and watch a bit more? I'm gonna be over here.
Alright, you got it.
All right. I will approach Helena if she is awake.
She is.
I will sidle up a little bit, slide down next to her, and just go. That was really brave of you to tell us all that.
Uh-huh.
You mad at us?
Not anymore.
Did you really think I told everybody?
Listen. Sometimes stuff escapes your mouth. Some people call it foot and mouth, other people call it being an extreme extrovert. Like, I couldn't be sure if, like, during a shopping trip while I was busy getting wasted, you were like, oh, well, Helena would know something about that. She got electrocuted as a baby.
Helena, I know I say not the wisest of things, but I know when to keep a secret.
Mm-hmm.
You don't believe me?
I mean, sometimes it's hard believing in people, is the thing. Like, maybe in the morning, when I'm sober, when I'm not tired, when I'm not still slightly mad about being fawned over by a bunch of people who knew only how great my dad was and not how much of a piece of shit he was raising me. Maybe I'll have a different opinion on the subject, okay? But, right now, it is fucking midnight. I am tired, and I'm probably not going to be able to sleep for another hour because I'm grumpy and drunk. So my brain's not doing great.
Oh, that's fine. Look, I'm sorry that we made you uncomfortable, but can you please not take it out on me again if you get frustrated? That hurt a little bit.
Sorry.
It's okay. And hey, I said it when you told me the first time. I think you're fine.
Right. I remember.
Look, you try getting some more rest. We'll keep on the watch.
Yes, that would be awesome, thank you.
I will keep Swift far, far away from you.
Yeah. You hear in the distance, now that is some good-ass shrooms!
Just runs off.
Alright. You sprint to make sure that Swift doesn't do anything untoward.
Bless her.
Alright. So, can I get third watch?
Well, if nobody's volunteering, I suppose I can do it. Fine.
Watch together.
Never said I was good at it.
Yeah. You don't know what's up. Yeah.
It's like raid.
Tyke's busy helping Zidane with comment.
Yep. It's common time.
It's common time. Roll perception just to help. Ayo.
Hmm.
And then roll an intelligence to see how much better a comment he gets. Dang!
Oh my god.
I'm just
Holy
an excellent
shit.
teacher.
We wake up in the morning-
Apparently.
We wake up in the morning and Zidane starts speaking full sentences, like not just any full sentences, like a professor from friggin' Oxford.
The Dane wakes up. According to all known laws of aviation.
According to all known laws of aviation.
Radiation!
Radiation.
I didn't know we had uranium deposits in here. That's another dangerous ore we gotta worry about in Sideria.
Yep.
Yep.
Alright. Dawn arrives. Alright. And with that, the road continues northward and swiftly goes from like wooded areas, places that you would assume, oh, there's hills, there's rocky terrain. It gets wetter and wetter, like a lot wetter as you follow the road. Also a lot more humid. Also smells a lot more. You have definitely entered swampland territory.
Sideria has a lot of humidity deposits.
Alright. And not only do you start the march into the swampland, already feeling, oh, ew, gross, there's swamps everywhere. I rolled a random encounter right off the bat as you entered the
Let's
swampland.
fucking go,
Let's
baby.
go.
Let's go.
Go.
Alright.
Oh my god, it's the last day of Rizaron. How about that?
Yep.
Nice.
We've come so far.
Last day of the month, let's go. Alright. So, as you continue through the swampland, you notice hissing and growling coming from the waterways nearby, towards the east of you. Checking the map real quick. The hissing and growling sounds like deep, bassy rumbling, like alligator-like, essentially.
Oh no, the Mega Gator.
Is it like hissy growling that I could possibly like understand or translate?
Doesn't sound like a beast or animal.
Oh, good. That's such a good sign.
Uh-oh.
Wants to be sneaky and check things out.
Not the giant robot. Not the giant conspicuous metal machine, that's for sure.
Not you.
Not the robot.
Of everyone here, who's like good at stealth, I guess. This it doesn't count. They're not
Is it
here.
wait, is it where's the sound coming from again? Like is it from like a more of like an underground or
Close to, like, waterways east of you, so, like, you would wager about, 50 yards eastward.
I will say Swift has not only expertise, but she can turn invisible.
True.
True.
True. We're on a pirate sounding really good right now.
Alright. So, Swift is, in fact, able to turn invisible and fly in that direction. I won't have her roll stealth even, because whatever these creatures is, they can't sense invisibility. So,
Okay.
she flies that way for a couple minutes, flies back. You know, it's weird. I thought lizard folk had green scales.
I blink. Do lizard folk tend to have only green scales?
Nature check, please.
Sure, I'd love to. 16.
16. Not all of them. In fact, a lot of lizard folk have varying colors of scales. Green is simply the most common, so the most likely for someone who doesn't know that much about them, that is, Swift, to assume they're all green. However, you have heard, in Sedaria, of a tribe in the northeastern swamps known as the Red Scales. And the Red Scales are intensely xenophobic.
What? Oh no.
No.
What color were
Right.
their scales, Swift?
Oh, they were red!
We should go
Okay.
around quietly.
Oh boy. Oh great.
I want to very quietly. I think it'll be Tig tapping a rhythm on Megan's carapace, but she gets bardic inspiration for us to move around this.
Cool! Alright.
See if we can slide a little past these racist lizards.
Alright, stealth check to avoid the racist lizards.
Oh boy! Phew. 19.
Cool. Alright. So, casting a wide berth, going a little bit away from the path in order to do so. You trudge through some muck, but eventually cease hearing the sound of growling, xenophobic lizards.
Well, that was close. Thank you, Swift.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nix.
You're welcome. Glad we didn't get eaten.
Yeah, that's always
Certainly
good.
would put a damper on things, yes.
Again.
No raid, no problem.
Alright. So, with that done, eventually you trudge back onto the path, which, while not being the most paved thing in the world, is still enough of an actual trail for old Gus to move along, albeit grumpily, with some complaining and occasionally just stopping to protest. But you do get back. It's still muggy, humid. You get swarmed by a bunch of insects as you go. But the rest of the trip through the swamp is uneventful. As dusk settles, it gets darker a lot faster around here because there's a lot more, tree cover. The swamps get dark real fast, so you huddle up on a, grassy, boggy knoll, very tiny hill, manage to get a campfire set up, and huddled around for rest for the night.
Doki. I'll take a
Cool.
watch.
Big Z.
Who else is taking a watch?
I can take one again if you'd like.
I'll take a watch as well.
Go for it.
Okie dokie.
Alrighty.
Shall
Cool.
we go for it then?
Yeah, go for it. Give me first watch.
Right. Oh, I can actually see things now.
You can see! You can fight!
Fight!
Your eyes are now fixated on, the waterways, stagnant puddles, any creeks, for any signs of xenophobic lizard folk, now that you know they're out there and they're after you. But, you don't spot any, so your watch goes by without issue.
Megan taps Nyx. First says no racist lizards, and then goes into sleep mode.
Oh, good. Get that racism out of here. Go, Swift, stop the racists!
Yay! Now, I may be a junkie sex addict who wants to murder a man just to see how it feels, but I ain't no racist, says Slip.
What is your type, Swift?
What do you mean?
Well, you said you're a sex addict, so what's your type?
Oh! Horse.
Oh. Well, if we find that word, we'll let you know.
Six tricks is not for kids.
You better, or else.
D6 tricks was 12 plus until Swift came in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Swift is a content warning.
If Swift was, if this was a cartoon, there would just be a black censor bar, like it's all over Swift. Like Swift would just be a black censor bar.
And remember, kids, beep, 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 beep. Oh, is that Morse code? No, it's just Swift.
Right, bedtime.
Bedtime, and can I get a third watch, please?
Third watch you're
Pose the
gonna
dynamite.
get.
Hey, get the fuck up!
Yeah.
Tag will stay up. Do more common teaching. They said they would help, so here they are.
Let's go. All right, that's perception. That's
Wait.
average.
You're gonna get Bardic for your teaching as well. For your learning, rather. Take it.
All right. All right. Let's see if I did this right. Let's go.
Better than average.
Better than the average.
Better than
Let's go.
average. I learned a bit more. That's all that matters.
Some vocab.
Vocab.
Okay.
Always important.
All right. And with that happy lesson, the first traces of light peek through. The first traces of light peek through the canopy of the swamp. Dawn has emerged.
Megan comes up from sleep mode, lumbers over to Zidane and asks, "What did you learn?"
Just good morning, Megan. With a big
Megan.
smile on his face.
Megan's like jaw hinges in a way that makes it look like a smile. Like opens a crack and she says, "No, I'm not gonna do the voice, but good morning, Zidane."
Wow, that's
Is he
coming
kind-
on quick.
As he just kind of gets up and sort of runs around, just like, good morning, good morning, good morning.
Oh,
Just
wow.
enjoying the fact that he learned some new words and he's just proudly shouting them out throughout the entire to everyone who's still groggy as all hell.
Good morning, hangover, mutters Helena, pushing herself up.
Megan turns to Tig. "You good teacher."
Thank you. I appreciate it. I was a little slow learning common myself growing up, so
Oh, I
I
get-
understand.
I get that.
It's to do with the Tag just sort of gestures at their face. It's a little difficult sometimes to form the syllables.
Megan gestures to her robotic body and nods and says that she understands completely
Mm-hmm.
in her very stilted, broken way.
Hashtag common isn't first language club. Let's go.
Let's
go.
go.
No, what's her first language, all right? She's just a robot. Not built to. She doesn't exactly have the vocal cords of most
Fair.
organic beings.
Right?
New month. Let's go.
Yeah, it is a new
Let's
month.
go.
It is the start of summer. So the muggy days in the swamp are about to get that much hotter.
Misery, agony, fun.
Megan's cooling vents are working on overtime.
Trill's just
Alright.
holding his beak open, trying to cool down.
I like take the poncho off. Warm relief.
Boom. All right. So, as you get set up, get yourselves to a state of variable comfort in the warm, boggy heat, you hear coming up near you on the trail the sound of like jingling bells, some trotting horses, a caravan essentially approaching.
Santa.
This is summer.
So we're in Australia.
Oh my god.
How, mates! Alright. So, the caravan approaches, and you can see it's not making any effort to hide, but it is just two horses with jingling bells and some like small studded gems along their bridles, pulling a pretty thick looking caravan with a purple awning over it and painted in gold leaf lettering, Xanados's Traveling Jewelers.
Xanados.
Anyone need jewels?
Have we met a Xanados?
You have not.
Okay.
Let me double check if I need jewels.
To get that bling.
Not
I wonder if
that well.
All that glitters is not gold.
If anything, it'd be nice to talk to people. We get our bearings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they got some rumors or some.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Ooh, maybe you have rumors. Shoot Jack.
Oh, perhaps they do. All right, so you wave down the jeweler. The bridles and the reins of the horses are pulled as they slow to a stop, and a little covered window of the caravan opens up, and staring out at you is a bearded man of like ambiguously tan complexion, with slicked back brown hair, who clasps his hands together, leans out the window, looks over at all of you. Well, adventurers. I must say I am pleasantly surprised. I didn't think there were many adventurers that still walked Sedaria's roads.
There'll always be people who don't know what's good for them, and I suppose that's us.
That it is indeed. And as I have frequently noted, people who don't know what's good for them often have a lot of money they're willing to burn, or a lot they're willing to part with for that money to burn. So, let this be the start of a wonderful working relationship. I am Xanados, a traveling jeweler. I, of course, travel around and deal in jewelry. But for people who don't know what is good for them, such as yourselves, my primary, let us say, my primary way of appealing to people like you is I buy things. Full price, no questions asked.
Good to know.
That being said, I do, of course, have to have things on sale for formality's sake, so if you would like to take a look, here are my wares.
Yes, please.
The
Ooh.
Ruby the what mage?
Hello.
War mage, eh?
War mage.
A
Ruby of the-
custom
that's
jewelry
interesting.
design. Ah!
Actually, while I'm at it, I can start adding or making visible the shop lists of people you have visited before, so that you can remember them and be like, oh, I want to go see him again.
Also, sometimes we close the thing so that we can see things, and we can't get the shot back.
Yeah, sure.
that is true.
Yeah. So thank you for that, Alex.
You're welcome.
Thank you for making it visible again.
Yes.
Does Xanados happen to have, like, jewel spell components? Like, for example, Identify would need, like, 100 gold pearl. Like, would he have something like that?
He would. That being said, I am of the GM where, like, I will have you keep track of food and ammo if you lose it, but for spell components, that is too much micromanagement. If you just have the gold to cast it, you have the equivalent material just on hand. Wow.
Wow. That being said, I do have 3 green gem shards from the Coast Guard. I figured a traveling jeweler might like them.
He would indeed. Let's have a look then, he says, pulling out a jeweler's lens and carefully examining the gem shards. Interesting. Very distinct make. And these are for sale, yes?
Yes.
Right. He puts away the lens. I would be happy to give you 15 gold for the lot of them. That would be 5 gold per shard. You're not going to find a better deal than that, trust me.
I believe it. Sure. Sounds good to me.
Pleasure doing business with
you. Let me split that up between 8 people real fast. Thank you, lootsplitter.php. I'll just slap it in the end call.
If only it was an even. If only it was a nice even 16. Whatever.
Alas.
Alas, we have to divide 15 by 8.
I'll take the 4 copper.
Yeah.
Alright. And gold. What
hell yeah.
Oh,
Nice.
Gold. Ugh, Electrum.
What's wrong with Electrum?
It's not familiar and I don't like it.
Damascus doesn't deal in Electrum. Swift, you can have it.
I'm pretty sure they do, she says, taking the Electrum piece.
I deny this reality. So 1, 3, and 7. That's perfect. So many gold bars. And then 20 copper.
All right.
I will ask Mr. Xanados. I don't mean to sell this right now. If at all. I thought you could tell me a bit about this.
Mine is not in the business of informing. Mine is in the business of buying and selling. It's a no questions asked scenario, remember?
Oh, okay. Well, could you tell me at least the value of this, maybe?
That is more up my alley. Right, give it here.
Okay, they pull out a earring, just one earring shaped like a teardrop. It's silver, and they hand it to him.
Silver, yes, but it does look mass-produced. Not going for much on the market these days. Probably a gold at the most.
Okay. Good to know. Well, I'm not going to sell it. It's more, I've just had it for a while, and, you know, my ear's not pierced, so I don't know what to do with it.
He just hands it back, shrugging, not commenting.
Thank you. Could I ask, though, about that ruby you have?
Yes, these are particularly special rubies. Now, you'll forgive me for asking a question, but it is in the service of selling this. You have magic about you, yes?
Uh-huh.
Well, if you put this in a weapon, that weapon can channel your magic.
Nods, seeming very interested, even though they don't use weapons.
Yeah, that is the trouble, isn't it?
Well, I'm sure a person who uses weapons would like that kind of thing.
You goods there?
Good.
Nix, not knowing how to say sorry, I'm not interested.
Shame.
I mean, it looks pretty.
I know.
Well, I don't have anything I want to sell, so I think I'm good for now.
Excellent.
Let me check our cart because we do have some stuff in the cart that we haven't looked at in a while.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. While you're looking, by any chance, do any of you have a merchant ring, as in the type made by Sargam Mercantile?
Not yet. No.
Shame. Well, just to let you know, the easiest way to contact me is through one of those.
Oh,
Okay.
how do we get one of those?
Well, if someone, as part of the merchant ring, offers them to one of you as a favor for a quest well done, for instance, that would be your easiest way to get one, other than going to the offices of Sargam Mercantile themselves and paying a small fortune.
Okay, that sounds good.
We have a quest
Ooh.
like that, don't we?
Yes, I believe so.
You do, yes.
Megan, it was a while ago, but you picked up pearl steel ore.
Yes, the pearl steel
Yes.
ore. Put that in the cart, right? Because it's not in my inventory. Oh,
It's in the cart.
okay,
Yep.
it's in the cart.
Do we want to sell that or?
Are you sure you
Or
wouldn't
do you-
rather find a smithy to make use of this?
Yeah, see, like,
fair, fair.
I was gonna say like it's we might use it later. It's a raw material, so
Unless, of course, you want jewelry made out of it.
Megan gives you a look.
Hey, I said that out of character. Thank you very much. I
Okay.
wasn't doing the accent.
Bruno gives you a look.
Yeah.
My main interest is in jewels and art objects, the things that are not going to be practical for adventurers like you. Or, forgive me, people who don't know better to carry around.
Thank you. All right. Well, I'm good.
I'm good.
Right.
Hmm?
In that case, it has been a pleasure doing business with you.
Same to you. I hope to see you soon.
All right. He closes the window and, lashes. Well, not lashes with a whip, but just, flicks the reins, and the horses head onward.
Ooh, what a nice guy. I think I'm dying a heat stroke.
Do you need water? Are you
Yes.
okay?
Yes, please.
I mean, the good news is there's water everywhere. The bad news is you probably shouldn't drink most of it.
Unless you want like parasites.
All right. So, further good news, you don't have to go all that far into the swamp before you start seeing signs pointing along the road. Hollow Coast Tower this way, and then rough distance, 1 hour as the crow flies. Crossed out 1 hour as a regular person walks, with the note written below as a regular person walks. There are no crows around here. Who the hell is measuring how the crow flies? Get it together, Brian.
God, Brian.
Ryan.
All right. So, following the signs and an argument between Brian and a very, very upset supervisor of some kind, you eventually manage to get to a tower, managing to sit up even amidst, a pretty big brackish swamp puddle in the middle. There are some bits of wood floating around that used to be a path there. They're no longer connected. They're just kind of bobbing in and around the water, leading up towards the front door.
All right,
This
shall we
seems
go in?
safe.
Is there anything in the water?
Make a
Any-
perception check.
Gotta check for
Sure.
racist lizards.
Yeah.
Mhm.
17.
All right. 17. You don't notice anything, like, huge in the water. Like, a couple of frogs that hop out, a lot of mosquitoes flitting to and fro, a bunch of clusters of frog eggs. You do see, like, bits of slime, ooze of some kind, that are just, like, sunk to the bottom of the brackish puddle.
Oh boy. Fun.
Ugh.
Like regular scum, or is like, or is it
Uh,
alive?
It looks much
Is it like
thicker.
capital ooze?
Oh,
It looks much thicker than regular pond scum.
capital O ooze. There we go.
I can't say that I want to swim. And it looks like the breaks are a bit too big for me to do any, like, significant... There's no way I could
Megan-
mend something that's big. Not
Megan
without
offers
a
to
lot
throw
of
tag.
time. I would really rather not, but thank you. I'm pretty sure I would break something.
Okay. Megan shrugs and says, "Okay."
You could throw someone else, though. I mean, I'm not stopping you.
I mean, I'd stick something electric in there, but I don't want to mess with the frogs. So Selena.
Mhm.
True.
Megan asks if Trill could tell the frogs to leave for a second.
Well, they have frog eggs, though.
They have, there are eggs there, though.
Megan retracts her question.
Aw. Well, frogs, I'm gonna call this one Grump.
I'm going to eat you alive. Anyway.
Uh,
Out of character. Anyway. If you know, you know.
You know.
Well, does it look like the, like, wooden bits are large enough to sort of hop from one to the other?
Yeah.
You could try.
Like,
Why not, right?
like, Megan is probably the limit of the weight they could carry, but, like,
Thank God.
as long as you're not going two at a time, you should be fine.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. You take some time to hop across, and as you go, you get to the edge of the puddle towards the front door of the tower. You push open the door, and with a loud it grinds against the stone floors, the stone frame. It doesn't look like it has been pushed or moved in a while, and as you open the door, it reeks. Now, I know this is a swamp, it's not going to smell the greatest, but inside this tower, it smells like something has decayed and then grown right back. The smell overpowers you all as you just huddle inside, getting onto solid earth stone ground, and we will take a break before we start to climb the swamp tower. We will see you all in a few minutes. We're gonna go get hydrated and go to the bathroom. Don't go anywhere. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hydrate or dihydrate.
Hello, and welcome back to D6 Tricks, Legend of the Wildlands. When we last left off, our heroes stepped through some disgusting smells, a very disused door, and honestly, when looking around, a lot of, like, rubble and detritus scattered all around as they entered the Swamp Tower, Hollow Coast Tower. So, there is little natural light in here. This is torch check time.
You know what that means? Lights lamp.
Lamp.
torch time.
It's gonna consume one of these oil flasks. And get a little light, please. Thank you. There we go.
Alrighty.
Nice.
Megan doesn't smell, but she could tell it's making the others uncomfortable.
Oh.
It reeks.
I like the idea that Helena's got like a bottle and just put it under her nose.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is the worst trip I've ever been on, says Swift.
Ugh, my kingdom wasn't prestidigitation. Goodness.
Oh no.
Swift getting high off of those swamp fumes.
Swamp fumes. Alright. So, immediately around you, there are, like, clear signs of violence, struggles. Doors have been knocked down and splintered. Tables have been ripped and rent and torn apart. There are also, like, burn marks and marks of, like, something having been dissolved all through this floor. This tower is in ruins.
Yikes.
The dissolved sections. If I look up, is there like does the dissolving like go through the ceiling down to the floor where we are?
Simply looking up, no. It looks like this was like targeted bursts of dissolving.
Well, that's good at the very least.
There's no acid dragon waiting for us at the top or something.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Well, let's take a look around, I suppose.
Alright, nothing to do but explore.
Alright. Megan, near you, there has been a note left on what remains of a table. Written in Common on one side and Orcish on the other.
Oh.
It reads, Falazara, tried my best, can't hold this tower anymore. Too full of gross shit. Fire me if you want, but you try cleaning this place up. P.S. Lock the basement door. Don't go in the basement. Everyone else dead. Love, Brian.
Oh, Brian.
Aw.
Brian's my favorite.
Is Brian alive?
From this note, you can't tell.
Okay.
He went in the basement.
I would hope not. He specifically said to not to.
He said he locked the basement and told people not to go in there.
Let's maybe not go in the basement then.
That'd probably be where all the good stuff is, quote unquote.
Alright, well, let's check the other side of the tower. The other side of this room, because there's a wall there.
Yep.
Oh, hey Zidane. See you there.
Scoozy. Is there any uppies?
Alright. So,
Peace.
so south of you, Megan, directly, there is a locked door.
That's the basement.
That is the basement. North of you, there's a passage that leads up to a spiral staircase. Around the corner, however, as you peer at the spiral staircase, there is a large patch of green slime. Like, covering, like, 3 whole stairs. Like, it's a pretty big patch of slime.
Oh.
Megan turns back and relays this to the upstart. Excuse me.
It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's a door there. Okay, there's a wall there. Okay. Megan comes back, relays the presence of slime to the others.
Do we know what kind of slime it is?
Make a nature check.
I want to eat it.
Let's go.
Alright. 20. So, along with being aware of all sorts of animal and plant life, you're also aware of, like, slimes, molds, fungus, and spores. But it's just part of the natural cycle. This particular variety of green slime is known by the common name green slime. It holds no ability to move in and of itself, but it can drop from walls and ceilings, which it clearly has, and is highly acidic. However, green slime like this can only live in cold, dark, damp environments. It can be destroyed by like altering its temperature or burning it with sufficient sunlight.
Oh, I relay all that information.
Again, seeing that her body is made of partially wood, steps away from the green slime.
Yeah.
She does not want her guts to be, corroded.
No, does it react to like fire at all, or just like sunlight?
You would imagine that setting it on fire would involve changing its core temperature a lot.
Uh-huh.
I have create bonfire if you would like me to experiment.
Do
We
love
also
the
have a-
scientific method.
Mm-hmm.
We do
Yeah.
have a lit torch. I think we have a lit torch.
Yeah, I have a torch.
It's experiment time. Let's go.
All right.
Yeah! Nix pulls out that sheet of paper that says experiments on it.
All right.
Would you like me to take notes while you do that?
Oh, yes, please.
Yeah, Tig takes it. It's ready to jot things down.
All right, direct me to where the slime is.
Over here.
Yeah, cool.
Right here. That's where the slime. That's where the slime be.
Ooh, slime.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah, I will cast create bonfire on it.
All
You
right.
could just use the torch. Okay.
Yeah, but science.
With science. All right. So, you channel more energy and create a bonfire on the stairs, directly on the green slime. It twitches, bubbles, and burbles, and then erupts into emerald flame for a couple of seconds before dissolving into hazy green smoke.
Whoa. I should probably not breathe that in.
Trill's gonna cover like
Yeah.
his little scarf thing to cover his mouth and beak.
Switches over here like, yes, please.
Harder!
This is
I just put a finger on her mouth.
All right. So the green slime is destroyed. There's fire on the stairs now.
I could I dispel it?
Yeah, you can stop concentrating.
Okay, done.
Yeah, you snap your fingers and the fire goes out, leaving the stairs upward open.
Okay,
Right.
All right.
okay.
Onward
I guess
and
keep your torches
upward.
on hand.
I can't move.
I can.
You're too
Thank
big
you.
for stairs.
Whee!
We're all too big for the stairs.
Eh. Eh. Eh.
Oh God, there's a white
Oh, no.
void.
There we go.
Yay. Swift, where are you? There you are.
All right. You climb up to a second floor of the tower.
Oh, please tell me.
This one is also destroyed. It has a bunch of straw bed sheets laid out. These appear to be mostly undisturbed, not set on fire, not melted with acid or anything. These, in fact, look fine. There's still a lot of rubble around and, like, holes in the wall. But, other than this, a more open central floor plan, more ruined tower, and more of that hideous, hideous smell.
Blech.
This place stanky.
Mm-hmm.
Is the smell any stronger up here, or like is it just the same?
It smells real bad up here. Like, it's a different sort of smell. Like, if it was acrid on the first floor, this one smells like the worst pollen you've ever had in the air.
Ugh.
Oh, you can like taste it a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Oh my god.
And Megan, you can see at the base of this set of spiral stairs leading up, there is a patch of yellow mold.
Yellow.
Looks like poo.
It looks very thick and chunky and very yellow.
Oh, that's nasty.
Disgusting.
Megan turns to Trill and asks if he knows about any molds.
Yeah. Do I know about this mold?
I'm gonna carry over the mold knowledge check with the dirty 20.
Sweet.
All right, so this mold has the common name of yellow mold. If touched, it ejects a cloud of spores that are poisonous to just about everything that is living. But similar to green slime, it also does not like heat and sunlight, so it grows in like dark, cold, damp areas.
Cool. So yeah, definitely don't touch this one.
Don't touch. Okay.
These like straw bed sheets. Are there any like personal effects that have been left behind around here?
Go ahead and roll investigation for me.
24.
24, nice. There are a couple of scattered gold pieces here and there. Let me roll real quick. There are 49 gold pieces scattered around these bed sheets. That is a lot more than you would expect from a place in
baby.
this amount of
Wow.
disrepair, honestly.
Dang.
Well, to be fair, mold, and I guess everybody's here you died, so 49. I will split it and put it in the in call.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's also a tattered piece of paper with stains of various kinds of liquid, and a bunch of scrolled arrows on it, just like in a row. Left, right, up, right, etc.
Left, right, up, right.
Choo, choo, choo.
There are a lot of arrows. I was just giving an example, because there's no other markings, just the arrows on them.
Hmm.
Hey, well,
Take that note just in case.
Yeah, well, this mold seems sensitive to fire too. If we want to,
we probably shouldn't
Would-
do it from too close though, in case it like scatters spores as soon as it.
yeah,
gets
I'm
pushed.
going
Okay.
over here.
Are these hay bedrolls like are they kind of like easy enough to like pull apart?
Yeah, they're piles of hay.
Okay, Megan's gonna like start grabbing clumps of the hay and using them as like kind of hinder, kind of like making a sort of a fuse that leads to the mold,
Mm-hmm.
and motions to Trill to like light the torch, light the end of it so that nobody's too close to the freaking mold.
Yeah, I'll
I
light
mean-
it.
Create
Alright.
bonfire's distance is 60 feet if that helps.
Oh,
But
Yeah.
if you want to do your fusing, that's
Yeah.
really cool.
The hay fuse
just
is a
don't
lot
want to-
funnier though, so go for it.
Yeah.
I just don't want it to explode, right? Like we're
I understand. If anything, it makes it more fun.
Yeah, it's an experiment.
It's an
Creative, creative science
we
time.
also need to know how much fire is needed to like get rid of these things. So.
Yeah.
We
much
know
fire
that
is too much
incinerating
fire.
it instantly
All right.
is definitely
Yeah.
So
okay. Light her up.
you touch the torch to the end of the hay fuse. The fire travels down the fuse, gets before the yellow mold, and the sparks catch onto it. The yellow mold bubbles, like this, like globule of it expands, and then bursts into a cloud of faint yellow spores that start like glowing brighter and burst into like those sparkles of flame in the air as the rest of the fire catches up, overtakes the yellow mold, and burns the rest of it away.
Oh, good we kept our distance.
Yeah.
Megan nods and grabs more of the hay just in case.
Yeah. You stood at the exact proper distance to get away from that thing, by the way.
Oh, good.
Nice.
My God.
All right. Hold your breath while crossing through.
Megan's gonna wait for a second for things to settle before moving.
Well, yeah. Even after they settle, I'm just like, I'm gonna hold my breath.
You give the air time to settle, flow through as best it can, to let the remains of the spores get out of here.
Get out of here. What was it up here? Oh, more
Bunch up a
stairs.
bunch of hay,
Mhm.
carry it.
Hey.
Yep. There are indeed
Hey,
more
listen
stairs
up.
leading upward.
All right.
Wow,
the
who'd have thought
collision
a
on this one
tower had
works.
stairs?
So this one is acting a little weird, so I'm gonna have to manually drag y'all up. So
Oh.
Fine.
Where's the warp?
I'm a professional.
Wee.
I'm a professional.
What is that?
I'm a professional. I'm a professional. Shush, 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 shush. Don't worry. I'm a professional.
These stairs are so long. Oh, my legs.
I'm a
Thank you.
professional.
All right.
Professional. What is that?
Hello.
Ugh.
Yeah,
To be some
what
sort
is-
of weird mushroom.
Anyway,
On
so
with the show.
now that you are all professionally climbed up the tower like professionals, this spiral staircase ends, and you can see towards the center. Oh, the center is where the next set of stairs upwards is, leading towards the upper floors. In front of it, however, is this growing tendrilled fungus with a deep violet hue and several like even deeper purple like pockmarks in it, like a honeycomb pattern, basically.
Argan turns to Trill once more.
This ain't a mold, Trill.
Nope. It sure is not. But do I know?
Oh, nice.
You do.
I do.
This is violet fungus. Again, wow, what a great common name. Violet fungus is typically native to the Underdark. So what it is doing above ground, like this far above ground, you don't know, but this place is in such disarray and decay, maybe it just managed to defy all habitat and grow here anyway. As I pull up the sheet for violet fungus. So, violet fungi, being a fungus, it is alive in a sense, and it can whip out and touch you with the tentacle stalks on its sides. You recommend it not do that, because the touch of the violet fungus rots flesh.
That would be not ideal.
Mm-hmm.
Does it
Yikes.
affect metal?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not gonna touch it.
Don't touch it.
I'm gonna touch it.
Don't do it.
do it.
I'm gonna touch it.
You're going to die.
Goodbye.
I'm joking.
Good. Good.
Megan kind of like stands off to the side and kind of like just throws like one bunch of hay at it just to see what happens.
Yeah.
Uh,
You throw some leftover hay at the fungus. It instinctively like latches out with several tendrils at the hay. The hay is gone. The hay just like shrivels into blackness and disappears.
All right, we
Megan
don't.
states
touch
that Megan states that the fuse thing will not work on this one. There's another
No.
room.
Yeah, let's look around first.
Sure.
Yeah, let's
No
give the
rush.
fungus a wide berth.
Gonna walk way over here.
Oh, there's a door here.
With this one, does it have like the same like weaknesses as far as like temperature and light, or is
Uh,
it just like
Temperature, you're not sure. As it is from the Underdark, however, you would guess that it has not seen, or is not used to, rather, sunlight as a whole.
Are any windows?
Nope.
No windows. Okay.
Hazardane.
There are no windows, and as you go around the other rooms, these look to have
Array?
been offices, basically, given the amount of, like, shredded or melted papers and other desks and writing utensils scattered around here.
I'm gonna ask who wanted ink.
I don't know if you would want ink from here. It might be infested with spores.
Yeah.
Listen, I can always use ink, but I have standards.
What,
Calls
you
up
don't
Car-
want the mold pencil?
Yeah. Carolina temporarily runs all the way up the stairs to say, I have standards, and then runs all the way back down. You let me know when you clean it out, by the way.
It's a good thing we got rid of those other two molds.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Anything like interesting in amongst the papers or anything like that?
Any notes? Any other notes?
Investigation, please.
Sure.
Okay.
25, Nat.
Nat 25, excellent.
yo?
Right. So, there is one secret compartment in one of these collapsed desks that managed to escape notice. Sliding it to the side, you find a list, basically, of, it says, power players in the swamps of Sideria. The list goes down. Queotl. That's not how I pronounced it before, but it is a name you recognize, being the frog people who attacked the ship
Yep.
before. Yeah,
Those guys.
yeah. Queotl. Have their altar at far northeast. Business partners. Don't speak language, but they don't care for money. It's all good. Goes continually down the list. Bear with me, I have a lot of notes to sort through, because...
You're good.
Yeah. Yeah. Open up, please. Falazara. Current head of the Swamp Pirates. Base nearby. Parentheses. Just head northeast. Notes down below. You should know this, Brian. I commissioned you to write this, Brian. Yeah.
Oh, you son of a...
Yeah.
Thanks, Brian.
There's another note down below. Sister, Milza no-nos. Whereabouts unknown. Up for joining crew? Question mark. Back in the other handwriting, no, Brian. Yeah. Then, and back to my multitude of notes.
Yes.
Yeah. Far East. Dragon. Rhykisophanes. This is the one that will probably not kill you. Another name. Cadius. The other dragon. This is the one that will kill you. Yeah. The Witches of Grimehand Grotto. Last I checked, there were 3. That's enough. Seem to be centralized power allows for all these alliances. Then notes down below. Flossy Twig Fingers. Screeching Mildred. Alice Chain Jiggle. And then Brian has a little sub note. Heard something about grandmother? Question mark. Straight north. The non-red scale lizard folk. Salathis, current mystic leader. Might be still with Mad King, might not. Haven't bothered us. A lot of question marks. Yeah. Then a whole bunch of crossed out messages over Salathis. That's not the name, you idiot. Get your shit together, Brian. Yeah. And then there's more crossing out. Yes, it is. Salathis is the lizard. Sniska is the snake. I do have my shit together. Give me some goddamn credit. Love, Brian.
Aw.
And then,
I hope we meet Brian.
yeah. Red scale raiders. They don't like us, but they listen to the hags. And then 2 more notes. Heard something about spiders? Maybe Cult of Lolth? IDK. Brian, what does IDK even mean? And a final note. Ask about the Lord of Teeth.
That is something I would love to ask about. Hello?
that is a name.
Is that something any of us would have any recollection of?
Arcana check, please.
Arcana. Oh, Jesus.
I'm proficient.
I am also proficient.
Ooh.
Together.
15.
15, nice. Nope.
Not 15.
I was like, how proficient are you?
What are you?
+2.
+7.
Oh my.
You don't know?
Cool. Sounds good.
Oh, all right.
Fascinating. I would love to ask people about that.
It's like, who is around? I can ask.
Oh my god, we have so many names. Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
You leave one more note. Actually, Swift goes over, leaves one more note. Who is Brian?
Wait,
Truly
you
the
can
most
write?
important.
Fuck you mean you can write? Of course I can write!
You've seen her notebook.
Oh, yeah, but I thought you just drew.
I am a woman of many talents.
what is writing but drawing a lot of letters in a sequence?
Exactly. Roll save.
Roll save? Fuck you. I can't remember which save it is.
Yeah. No, it was a reference to a meme.
Oh.
Yeah, roll safe, not roll save.
Oh, I thought someone was trying to poison us. Incredible. Roll save.
Okay, well, we got a list of names, but we don't know what to do about that mushroom.
Mushroom.
I know what
I mean,
I know what to do.
could try lighting it on fire. I mean, if we keep distance, we don't know how long those tentacles reach, do we? Actually, about how far did the tentacles reach when Megan threw the hay?
About 10 feet out.
Okay.
I will say I appear to have lost Swift.
Oh well.
I am a woman of mystery.
Where did you go?
Is she under Helena?
Oh, maybe.
No, it's not.
Oh.
Oh, I'm sure she'd love to be under Helena.
The leftover hay.
Hey.
Megan tosses the hay about 20 feet away from the fungus.
I don't know. I mean, we could always let Swift eat it. You know, if anything happens, I could just summon them back. Swift, there you are.
There you are.
I'm eternal.
Anyways, yeah, I throw some hay, possibly about 20 feet from the fungus, see what happens.
All right. Nothing.
Okay, as long as we stay away from 10 feet, as long as we stay at least 10 feet away from that thing, we will be okay.
Cool.
I was about to say we are like 20 to 15 feet away from it, so
Yeah.
We are, Megan drops the hay and doesn't react. Okay.
I mean, if you want to light a bonfire under it, I would not
We
be
could-
opposed.
I'm gonna. How about we all stay in the stairwell?
I fixed the stairs.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I'm just gonna say that. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Okay, there we go. There we go.
Yeah. Do not go east of Megan on the stairs.
Do not go east of Megan. You will be teleported. Okay. How about we all huddle in the stairwell while does Nyx have to be maybe Nyx can like peer around and then light the bonfire and then duck back in?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, Can't I cast spells through Swift, or is that? Oh, it's only if it's touch spell. So
If
no,
it's a
I can't.
touch spell.
Yeah. Well,
You do not want to touch that thing.
No. I mean, I think Swift would, but no. All right, I will.
You will have no Swift.
I will peek my arm around and cast Create Bonfire. There we go.
Okay.
This thing. And then just immediately run back.
All right. There's a shriek as the fungus rise from the fire. Seems to have taken damage, and then the tendrils dig into the ground and drag the fungus away from the fire.
What?
Oh my god.
Oh,
I love it.
all right.
Hey, Zidane, you have god range, right?
Yep.
Hey, why don't you come over here and light a couple of those arrows on fire with one of our lamps / torches?
I will say, if you light the arrows on fire, they're not designed to be on fire.
Yeah.
Okay, never
So
mind.
it'll be disadvantaged if you shoot like that.
Okay, never mind. Maybe we can just stick to the regular arrows.
Arcane Archer, baby.
Not that I don't get it. Oh well. Also wrong class, but you know what? Why not go for it? I'm gonna be a little cocky here. Why not? Why not go for it? Why not?
Why
At
not?
least try.
Not.
At least
At least
one
that's what
attempt. Why not shoot an arrow that's set on fire at least once?
Okay. I open up my lamp to allow you to light the arrow on fire and see what you can do.
All right. Let's see how well or how poorly this goes, boys. Bruh.
Bad.
Just win, go for it. That's fine.
Okay.
All right.
Either or it hits.
Either way, it hits.
Either way.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Oh, well, it's oh.
Yeah, it was with disadvantage, but the disadvantage didn't trigger, so I'm just
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. With you drive an arrow through the violet fungus. It is leaking this black gunk from various pockmarks on it, and drags itself closer to you.
If I want to do that again. Except not the fire.
Again!
Except not the fire. That just
Alright.
causes disadvantage.
All right, try again without fire. Let's see how this works out.
You fire another arrow. The fungus's tendrils scream. There's a scream from the fungus. The tendrils writhe, dig into the ground, but then snap off as the fungus just kind of like deflates into itself, collapsing into a heap.
You.
Ew. Nasty.
Naz?
How about okay, let's
Ew.
not touch the fungus corpse.
Nope.
Yeah.
Megan says mushroom bad and gives it a real wide berth.
Mushroom very bad.
Well, we're gonna have to walk by it.
It's dead now, so it's not gonna hurt us. Just don't
Yeah.
touch it.
But also, the blood is also making me go.
It's not supposed to be that color. Is the weird thing.
She was gonna sidle past that.
All right. You sidle up the stairs and look around into one more
another
chambers. At the foot, well, not at the foot, but close to the foot of this next set of spiral stairs is a patch of thick brown mold. Around you, from what you can tell, was an armory of some kind, clearly in disrepair, but the glass-ish case used to hold shields and other weaponry looks to be still intact somehow.
Anybody want an axe?
Only if you ask me a question, eh?
That was axing you a question.
Oh.
Then I believe that was a question that I indeed just axed.
Okay. That's disgusting.
Somebody please roll magic or whatever to see if that thing is bugged or whatever.
Magic? Oh, what happened?
What?
Hey, listen, I'm not the GM.
Yeah.
You mean this?
Oh, thank you.
All right. You peer into the realm of magic to see, hey, there's something weird about this case. Why is that intact and anything else is? The case is semi-regenerative. It radiates enchantment magic, but also radiates evocation magic, specifically cold. So, like, the glass is at a supernaturally very low temperature. You also sense some abjuration magic attached to the glass. Basically, the break glass alarm in abjuration magic form.
Is it just the glass itself that's cold, or is the whole case cold?
The glass itself.
Okay. Hey, so... Fungi... Well, let's check the mold. Let's check that older mold first. I might have an idea.
Yeah, do I know about this mold?
I will take the 20 for mold from before, because this is just enough to identify that mold, plus all the others, with the 20.
Hooray!
This brown mold has the common name... brown mold.
Yeah.
So, like other forms of, like, slime, fungus, mold, this thrives in cold, damp areas. But brown mold is a little different. The temperature within 30 feet of it, you now notice, is frigid. About the same as the glass. But brown mold feeds on warmth. It is attracted to fire and warmth. But like similar molds and fungus, it does not like changes in temperature. It's immune to fire, but it does not like changes in temperature.
Okay.
So
we need to
what
freeze it.
I will walk over and see if I could pick up this case.
Make an athletics check.
All right, that's my specialty. I say is like probably immediately fail because the dice hate me. Oh, I don't immediately.
You don't immediately fail. Nice. All right, Megan, you're pretty big. The case is full of heavy equipment, but you can pick it up. You're gonna be moving at half speed because you're essentially carrying around a heavy weight, but it is within your power to move it. It just won't move on the map because it's built into the map layer.
Okay. Clunk. Clunk. So what I'm thinking is if it doesn't like sudden changes in temperature, we could heat the air around it, and then suddenly cold shock it with the icy glass.
Ooh, smart.
Oh.
Yeah. So we could light a bonfire in front of it. Don't torch the mold itself because it's immune. Heat up the air around it a bit, and then just shock it, like dropping the case on it.
That could work.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. I'm gonna set the case like on its side, ready to tilt over and onto the mold.
Okay.
Okay.
Fire it up then, I suppose.
Oh,
Kaboom!
Maybe move Swift out of the way.
Yeah, maybe move Swift from where the fire is gonna be.
Now, why would I do that?
You're familiar. I mean, do what you want.
Alright, I'll take a step back as well, actually. Just to be safe. Okay, and spellbook. That on this.
All right. Vroom, the fire rages and the brown mold twitches and stretches out and expands to try and recover more of the fire. It accidentally teleported through the ground, but boom.
oops.
That's a big mold.
That's a big mold. And as it grows and expands and like tries to cover up the fire extinguishes within it. And Helena just grabs herself and starts shivering very, very, very badly. Helena, make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Oh, stop!
Maybe
Oh,
we should have
no.
moved Helena too.
I didn't think it would be that big!
That's a
Sorry, just get a
big
character sheet up.
mold.
What was it? A con save?
Con save, yes.
Yes, there we go. Oh, normal, yep.
All right, so that passes. This is going to do half cold damage.
Oh my god. What? What?
Whoop. Not 2. Not 2 hit points. 20. There we go. All right. Helena backs away. Okay. Maybe we can go away now.
Okay, Make it cold, make it cold, make it cold!
Tilt it.
Okay, I tilted.
All right. Pardon me, there's a frog in my throat now.
Don't eat the
Ah.
frogs, it's bad for you!
Sorry. They were delicious. Anyway. You tilt the case over. You touch the cold glass to the mold. And it retracts away. It absolutely hates being that cold. And as it shrinks, it withers further and further down until it basically shrinks down into nothing.
Hey,
All right.
that works.
Smart.
Oh.
Yeah. It's gone.
Now,
You okay?
That was cold.
Megan holds out her lamp and opens up the door. So Helena can
Thank you.
warm herself.
Now, I expected that from, like, the Northwest or something, but... Oh my god!
in the case itself, does the stuff in it look particularly? Or there was stuff in it, right?
There was stuff in it. It did not ping as magical. And it doesn't look like much beyond standard issue.
Okay, that's fine. The case itself, though.
Yeah.
We'll think about it on the way down. We'll think about it.
Yeah.
We do have a cart.
We're just gonna carry
I'm
the
just gonna move
case out.
I mean, I did roll and I can lift it, so like, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just be moving real slow if I tried to lug it around.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, if
Think
they've already
about it.
taken care of all the stuff in the tower, then like I could lug it around.
Or we can put it in the back of the cart.
Mhm.
Well,
On the way
yeah.
down, on the way down from the tower to the cart, I can lug it
Gotcha.
down. But for now, speaking of the case, I will move it out of the way so that we can actually get into the staircase.
Cool.
Yeah.
And speaking of getting all the way up the tower, this last set of spiral stairs takes you to the top of Hollow Coast Tower.
Yes!
And from
Coast
here,
Tower.
you can see across the vast expanse of swampland. Now, obviously, at first glance, it looks dark. It looks wet, full of, like, hiding things, creatures, like, plant life you don't quite understand, diseases. But, even through that, you recognize life. Where the water meets directly to the land. In a sense, it's a coastline in and of itself. In a sense, it is a place that, sure, hides danger, but it hides life. A strange sense of beauty. It's not a place for those who would tame the wilderness, for those who would shape it to their own desires. But for those who wish to live in it, to appreciate the land of what they have, rather than what could be, even in dark and dismal places like this, there is life, and where there is life, there is beauty.
Whoa!
Ooh.
You
Oh,
sync
those
up
are
the
great.
travel rune at the top of Hollow Coast Tower.
I like.
Skelly. There's a big old skelly over there.
Carolina follows you up to the top of the tower, takes furtive notes on everything around her.
What are those tent things over there?
You look over there, that looks like a very thick gathering of trees and rivers, but occasionally you see a puff of smoke going through the top of them. Another puff of smoke in a different direction, and the smoke seems to be moving. Carolina looks up, gives a quick chuckle. I refer to it affectionately as the cartographer's nightmare. That would be lizard folk territory. Not the red scales. The ones that I was about to say would like you. Let's settle for might like you.
Oh. Ooh, that revealed more land than I expected.
I can suggest that everybody be on their best behavior if they meet the lizard folk.
Hmm.
Oh yes.
Except
So
for
not
the
to
red
tell-
scales. There's no saving us.
We actually have
Yeah.
a quest for the red scales, or rather against the red scales, by the way.
Yes.
We do, indeed.
So is this a graveyard over here?
You look over in that direction. There looks to have been the remains of a town over there. It appears to have flooded. More notably, however, the graveyard by the town has also appeared to be flooded. You can see, even from this distance, floating bits of tombstone.
Ooh.
What about this skeleton?
Yeah, the skelly.
That is a gigantic skeleton of some kind, obviously.
Might be worth investigating.
Mm.
All sorts of fun things
Yeah.
to investigate.
Yeah.
Like-
Oh yeah.
But if,
From this distance, it looks crocodilian. Very large and very crocodilian. Pardon me.
This is the Mega Gator.
this is the Mega Gator. Well, we do need this. We do need the seal from the lizard. The seal of the lizard folk.
True.
If anybody knew
We do.
where the seal of the lizard folk would be. It'd definitely be, I believe, a lizard folk of important was mentioned in those in Ryan's ledger.
Yeah, Solothus.
Mm.
Yes, Salathus. And was to the north, right? Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes, northeast is the lizard folk.
Northeast. All right. So good place to as good a place to explore as any.
Mm-hmm. Helena points westward. I see another tower over that way.
Ooh.
Looks about 2 days march west. Cross the river, maybe.
We can hit
Okay.
that first. We can just warp back to this one and then head to the lizard folk.
Good shout.
Yeah. Carolina laughs. The lizard folk keep on the move, but they'll be in that general area for sure.
Yeah. As long as we could jump back and then hit their territory.
Hmm. I'm curious
So-
about the ruined village down there too. We could maybe take a look on the way.
Yeah.
It's a little out of the way, but it's still that direction.
No, I agree.
Speaking of signs of civilization that you see, directly southeast of you, there appears to be another village, or like, at the very least, a trading post of some kind. A series of buildings set up in swampland that have not absolutely collapsed into the swamp.
Good
And-
on them.
And southeast of there appear to be fishing docks of some kind.
Civilization.
Good to have a place to
Swamp.
go back to.
Yeah. Now that we know. And again, we can warp to this tower if and whenever needed. And it's
Yep,
just
absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
just a bit of a walk to get some civilization.
So, I know the notes said not to go in the basement, but we already found like 50 gold and this super magical case. If there's going to be something good, it's probably going to be in the basement, is all I'm saying.
Maybe I'm also concerned because of the type of fungi that have lived here, especially the violet fungus. You know, if
Violet
it does,
fungus.
you know, it's something that's native to the Underdark. And if there's gonna be a source or like even like a way to get to the Underdark, the basement would probably be it. It's
we
not the
do
first
need to know
time-
ways of getting
Yeah.
down there.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're ready for the Underdark yet.
I suppose we don't have a key to lock the door afterwards, so...
Yeah,
hmm.
that too. We don't want anything. We don't want whatever that is escaping.
Can you can lockpick doors. Can you lock doors again with lockpicks as well? Like,
I don't see why not.
That's
mean, couldn't hurt to take a look and then lock the door afterwards.
And you see, we
right?
could take a big rock.
No,
rocks came up 2 times.
I'm pretty sure
Times.
I'm pretty sure the rock would just fall straight through the tower at this point.
Only 2 times we've brought up rocks.
Yeah, and
But- so should we not? Consensus?
We can come back to this tower later, so like, if we
Okay.
don't feel like
Yeah.
we're equipped.
it's not like this is going to be hard to access again. You have the travel rune for it.
Okay, fair.
And
One day,
some of us are not feeling confident enough to go down there. So
that's fair. Cool.
TPK.
TPK. My favorite kind.
Okay, so we're gonna rest here.
How late is it?
It's
Or is
midday.
it? Yeah. Oh, never mind.
I mean, we can try and head down to the southeast. Maybe
Want me to lug the
offload
case?
this. Well, yeah, offload the case. I mean, it's obviously magical. It's got to be valuable, right?
Sure. Right. I will lug the case on the way down.
All right.
Thank you.
It takes a while because 1, it's heavy. 2, you're careful not to let it, like, break on account of, hey, there's abjuration magic if you break the glass. That's gonna be real bad.
Yeah.
Alright. So, you head down the stairs, with, like, carefulness and trepidation, being especially careful because, you know, this is a really bad-shaped tower. But you do manage to get back down to ground level, load the case onto the cart. Old Gus gives a of surprise as you load in quite a bit of weight onto him.
It'll be gone soon, hopefully.
Yeah.
Alright. And luckily, the buildings you saw are close enough that you can get to them just before nightfall.
Perfect.
Oh, excellent.
Right. So, you enter, and there is a swinging, like, sign in the breeze hanging from the big old willow tree that reads, "Welcome to Ayla and Theus." Which, you know, being Elvish is hard to spell, so here you go.
Oh god, yeah, thank you.
Ayla and Theus, okay.
Those looking for Aerothelos, seek Underdark Pass.
Oh. For Dark Pass.
Good to know.
So, as it is dusk and lights are going out, there's like some flickering torchlight illuminating the pathways around the town. But there's not a lot of activity in and around Ayla and Theus right now. Couple of elves carrying bags full of stuff, moving back and forth as they do. Other than that, though, just a couple of elves. Occasionally they look over to you, give a quick nod. No one seems to pay you any mind as you head into town.
Should find lodging.
Whee!
Alright. Asking around about lodging, you are directed to the local inn, the Bronze Dog. And as you enter,
Dog?
you notice that the walls are covered in all sorts of like fancy mechanical doodads and gewgaws. A dragon chess set that has been turned on its side that occasionally has one of the pieces slide in and of itself down 3 spaces and then slide back. There is a copper bass that occasionally like tilts its head and starts singing bawdy bardic songs. And indeed,
Nice.
front and center above the check-in desk, there is a mounted bronze clockwork dog. And as you head up, the man behind the check-in gaze looks up, adjusts a cloak he's wearing, and you can see it's a tall elf, pretty tan skin, shaggy hair. Most of his left torso looks to be replaced with metal plates, and there is some ticking you can faintly hear beneath said plates. He waves a hand. It is quite obviously a prosthetic with a thick little like claw on the end, pointed and blunted. To be fair, so it's not a "I will rake you for your flesh" that kind of claw, but obviously a mechanical prosthetic. And he says, welcome. Welcome to our humble little trading post. As you could probably guess, this is the local inn for people who are spending the night. What brings you over to the swamps?
Doing a bit of touring of Sidaria, I suppose. I don't know how else to put it.
Pretty much.
Well, fair enough. There is a lot to see here and beyond.
Megan brings up the tower.
Oh, yeah.
They were just there.
Oh, yeah, and the tower. The tower's real close. Hasn't been maintained in a while, though. we usually just pay the Watchers and the Guardians to look after it and leave it to them to deal with, because it stinks in there. I don't know if you noticed. You probably did. Like, my nose still works, and whew, it's bad.
Yeah.
Megan
Very
brings up
bad
that they didn't.
stinks.
Megan brings up that they didn't see anybody in the tower. It was actually mostly in ruins.
Oof. Well, someone should be looking into what we pay for then, I guess.
How much would accommodations be?
Oh, accommodations, not that much. It's, let's see. He flips through a ledger. So, the rooms are communal, so they are big, but you'll be sharing with a whole bunch of people. But it is, 1 silver per person who's staying.
Fantasy Hostel, okay.
Sure, sounds good. I will fork over some silver. Yeah. I will pay for Nizip because they are not here and it's just easier that way.
Nizip's T-pose in.
Okay. First of all, I forgot to put money from before. So 6.
Your dragon chest set, by the way, does it work?
It does. It's a little old and rusty, but, like, some proper TLC would get it back in working order, no problem.
Not proficient in dragon chest sets. Alas, that's fine.
Mostly I just have it because, the fact it moves in and of itself, that's the real draw for people who are like, ooh, clockwork stuff, fancy! And, would feel bad staring at me, he says, tapping his left torso.
Yeah, there is quite a lot of
nods.
clever work here.
Thanks. Wish I could claim all of it was mine.
But some of it is?
If
Oh, sorry.
Some of it, yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's the same question. It's fine.
Some of it is. I used to be an adventurer. Looked for mechanite deposits. Back then, I might have paid real well for just even locating the darn things. Found a lot of them. Mostly the raw materials. Some of the stuff that's on the walls, gifts from Amaya. Other stuff was like pre-made. I actually managed to get all the way to Mechanus itself once. Very pretty. Didn't go great. I don't adventure anymore. This is expensive to replace.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Plus side, it makes getting treatment from the local doctors a lot easier. Scarlet tilts her head. Local doctors, would those be the sun scars? Oh yeah, they've been coming in and out here and there, helping where they can. Other times, looking for sources. Really, it's Shava who's taking charge of the whole medical situation here.
Oh. Good to know. That is indeed the person she was looking for, huh?
Sister Scarlet is nodding profusely.
Yeah. Where could we find them? Where are they based out of?
Alright. So, do you see where there were signs saying botanist, herbalist, alchemist?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they all crammed those together into one building because they needed the space. She's gonna be in one of those.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Thank you.
Shall.
So, do we want to do stuff now, or wait till morning to look around? It is kind of late, so.
It is a little bit
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to rest.
Let's
We had
rest
a
for
long
now,
day.
and then Yeah, it's been a long mold-filled day. It's a very long, very smelly day to be exact.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'd like a bath. Oh, when was the last time we had a bath?
Bath sounds wonderful.
Good luck with that.
Good.
Ah.
We will wait
Yeah.
then.
We are in the swamps. If you wanted, if you wanted a bath, I think you would have investigated somewhere else. Let's say that.
Incredible.
I'm sure
Yeah.
we'll come across one of these days.
Eventually, there'll be bathhouses. All right. So, you check in for the night, head into one of the big communal rooms. There are a lot of bedrolls and pillows set about. And it's a lot of snoring. There's still some smell. Some of it's swamp, others poor hygiene of travelers. You can hear, like, coughing throughout the night. But, aside from a bunch of, like, restless, coughing people, there is nothing that disturbs the rest of the day. And you wake up the next day in Ayla and Theas.
Awesome.
All right. Good morning, everybody. Shall we search for Shall we search for the person?
Yeah, Sister Scarlet
Yeah.
seemed pretty keen on it, so
Mhm.
let's try and
Right.
find Shaba.
Let's not waste any time. Shava searching it is.
All right. You head over to where a bunch of signs have been painted over, reading the Busy Mouse Garden Center, which is essentially a whole bunch of buildings connected through essentially hastily nailed together portable canvas tunnels and knocked through walls, with like canvas flaps separating, acting as makeshift doors. You enter the central door, a bell rings to announce your presence, and you hear a voice calling to you. If you hear about the sturge delivery, just place them in the jar, I'll pay you later.
Sturge delivery?
Okay, so clearly you're not here about that.
Why would you want sturges? Ugh, nasty little things.
Right. The voice appears to come from the back, and as you peer around looking for the source of it, there is a ragged-looking elven woman with brown hair and dyed highlights of like yellow and white throughout, who does not look like she has gotten a good rest in several days, and is covered in like soil, blood of other dried fluids all over her robes, but doing some quick, rapid compresses on a fallen over gnome in the back of her store.
Oh fuck.
Sister Scarlet immediately heads over. Scarlet, Sunscars, what can I do to help? Keep compressing this one. He went into shock. Shava looks up. The rest of you Sunscars as well?
Nope, staying out of the way.
Nope. Yep.
Great. Excellent. Thank you. And she goes, right, keep the pressure on. I just need to... Well, we're running low on these injectors, but this should be able to help him. She pulls open a drawer, pulls out, like, a glass tube with what looks like the severed proboscis of a sturge attached to the end of it. She pulls the proboscis back to reveal the needle, pours some red fluid into the vial, puts a plunger and stopper into it, and injects it into the gnome. Alright, stop pressing, just hold. Hold. The gnome takes a breath in, slowly gets up. Right. The next time You run out of water in the swamp. You turn around and get a spare water skin. You do not fill it with swamp water. Got it? Yes,
Taking a
Miss
sip.
Yanadel.
Yep.
Good. Good, get out of here. Alright, the gnome runs. Shava gets up, shakes herself loose. Thanks for the help, Scarlet. Turns to the rest of you. Thanks for not helping the rest of you.
Anytime.
Yeah. Right, that came out wrong. Sorry. Rest not have had. Thank you for not getting in the way, is what I meant. I thank you for not helping. Right.
Also, anytime.
Right, the rate things are going, you've got 5 to 15 minutes before someone else comes in here with the problem.
Are we in a problem mood today?
Please tell me none of you with the problem.
What? Me?
We're not the
No.
problem at the moment. Hopefully never, but
Yeah,
you know
hopefully.
how it is.
Mhm.
You mentioned you were waiting on a shipment of sturges.
Right, kind of an open bounty, actually. You might have seen Sturge proboscis needles. Great for when you are out of official stuff. If you need something drawn, something injected, those things are designed to puncture you and drink blood, what have you.
Good to know. Well, I mean, we'll keep an eye out, that's for certain. I'm sure we'll run into sturges sooner or later.
I mean, it's the swamp, so yeah, probably.
Yeah,
Probably.
I'm just looking through my notes for a little bit real quick. Let's see. Well, mostly we came here to help escort Sister Scarlet. I believe she was looking for you, but,
Yes, I was told that you were the one more or less on the front lines of researching how to cure the angel's plagues. Shava nods. Right, used to spend time in the jungles, but, which is closer to where the front lines would be. Got called away here to the swamps, partially because some idiot broke quarantine and got up here with an angel's plague disease. Partially because, the swamps have plenty of diseases themselves. I have been run ragged dealing with all of this and couldn't have gotten back to where I want to be. Luckily, I hear rumors about spiders, spider queens, chosen, whatnot. That kind of venom can be distilled into a powerful anti-venom. It's all complicated, it's medicinal. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. I don't have the words for it right now. I can sleep when people are not dying.
I mean, you should probably just sleep in general.
No. Sleep is bad for elves. Dreams are full of lies.
Oh, right.
shouldn't
Well-
you know this?
Sorry, I did not click at all. They were an elf. Well, you should still
It's true.
trance. Keep up with your rest.
Can't afford to. Like I said, 5 to 15-minute breaks.
Oh boy.
Well, you need assistance. That's for certain.
Yeah.
That I do. Scarlet, you said, how long can you stay? Scarlet shrugs. Technically, I'm on contract with the rest of these people, so it's up to them. Right. Thanks for the help anyway. Listen, if you really want to help long-term, I can't go after that spider queen anti-venom. But I have heard somewhere in the swamps, or like below them, above them, somewhere, I forget where, but there's the leavings of a majestic spider that was blessed by Lolth herself, Queen of the Drow. At least some of them. I understand that there are a lot of the Belosed area who broke away. But if that venom was blessed by the divine, then theoretically, if I distilled anti-venom from it, it could cure a plague caused from the divine.
Ooh.
It makes perfect sense. Oh. Ooh. Yeah, Tig, who had taken some of the notes from the tower, kind of like flips through them a little bit, particularly the Cult of Lolth bit. Well, I think we might have some leads on that.
Excellent. Anything would be helpful. Anything concrete, that is. Like I said, I do not have the time to chase rumors.
That's what adventurers are for, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. Right. So, like I was about to say, like I mentioned, I don't think I mentioned. Money, I don't have a lot. Medicine, I do have. Spare medicine, I can give you. Spare coin, I can scrounge up whatever if you manage to deliver any sturge needles. Really, the reward of making sure that this doesn't turn into a global epidemic should be reward in and of itself, in order to defeat this angel's plague and maybe even get rid of the angel itself.
So
He recalls how the plague would probably has also affected her and nods incent.
So you mentioned that somebody managed to break quarantine. Did you track them down?
The Sun Scars did, yes.
Okay.
Oh, good. How did they make it this far without
Yeah.
perishing before?
It was, there are multiple different plagues that Tetraciel gives out. Angel's Fire, that's the one that essentially sets the brain on fire, makes every physical aspect of your body start crumbling before you. Then, another one, I believe, the one that they were infected with, the Quarantine Breaker, is called, we nicknamed it Angel's Time. It disrupts your sense of time entirely. Like, hours take days, days take seconds. In that amount of time, he could have traveled God knows how far. Well, could have, but again, the Sun Scars got him and they stopped him.
Ooh.
Boy. Alright. Yeah, yeah, I know I'm down to help however I can. We can go probably find the what was it, the spider? Giant spider?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, giant spider.
Yeah. The, not just any giant spider, the one that was blessed by the Spider Queen. Even their
Are there
remains should be
any-
enough.
Yeah, are there any, like, markings or distinctions that would make this spider recognizable?
Yes. Like, Black Widows, as you might be aware, they have that distinctive pattern on their back. Instead of that pattern, you will be looking for the holy symbol of Lolth.
Okay. Good to know, good to know. Well, thank you. And also thank you for what you're doing. It's not easy, especially being the only one around who's been helping. But
I've had helpers, but they come and go. I'm the only one who's been here this whole time, basically.
hang in there.
All right. I'm good to step out.
Yeah.
All right. As you step out, a young elven woman with her child runs in, shouting, "Shava! Shava, it happened again!" Shava sighs. He swallowed the gerbil again. Not swallowed. Oh, good God. You all need to go, says Shava.
Oh.
All right. And with that, we are going to end our session.
Oh, Jumble.
Oh, magic!
My magic.
You're forever detecting magic!
The detection of the magic. It radiates.
Magic is being.
Oh, it will not stop radiating! Let's
It
go!
will not. Always detecting.
Forever.
Detect magic forever! Let's go!
Magic forever. What I can no.
Can you
forever,
like
100
delete
years,
Trill and
40
then bring the token back?
Okay, so fun fact. It started doing this before we started streaming and before anyone showed up. So I spent a solid 20 minutes trying to get Trill to stop doing that.
Oh no!
So what eventually worked was I had to recast Detect Magic, so he's detecting twice as much magic. And now stop concentrating.
There we go.
Hey.
We saved
Now-
Christmas.
Would it be really funny if I clicked on it again?
It's time to kill Trill. Anyway!
No! Trill suddenly gets really, really sick.
Oh no!
Rest in peace,
Trill got
Trill.
the angel's fire or whatever. Oh no!
Oh no!
Rest in peace, Trill.
Rest in peace,
We
Trill.
hardly knew thee.
Alright.
Thank you all
Well, I
for
gotta-
joining us. We will see you all next time for more adventures in Swampland. Maybe out of Swampland, who knows? There's a lot of cool things to find in the swamp. Maybe even a Lord of Teeth? But we will
gotta ask
see
about
you
that.
all later for that. Take care, everybody. And for those of you who are on Twitch with us, we'll see you in the post show. Bye-bye.
Bye.